All right, we ready?
It's that time, man.
All right. If the alignment ain't there, I ain't either. Welcome to episode 1 of the Ghetto Mantras Podcast. This has been a long time coming. I never wanted to start a podcast, but years ago, Spotify dropped when podcasts first started happening. Spotify dropped and like had you submit a proposal for a podcast. So it was myself and like all my friends, they all rallied around me to like help me write a podcast, but I never did it. Namely because I do pride myself on being an authentic person. And I'm like, I don't listen to podcasts. And so I'm not about to make one just because I didn't want to do that. But I'm in a different season in my life. And I think I'm at a point where it is time for a podcast. I don't have time to listen to 2 hours of people talking. And but I know people still enjoy this from me. So, welcome to the Ghetto Mantras Podcast, where the mantras are not really that ghetto, but I am. So, here we are. This is a quick situation to ground you in some conversation, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and get started with if the alignment ain't there, I'm not either. So, if you are tapped in with my Instagram, we do have a broadcast channel. And I asked everybody, I said, first episode is coming up. If the alignment ain't there, I ain't either. I asked everybody, like, how do you know when your stuff is out of alignment, right? And so let me pull it up so we can see what the people said about it. I think the best one, all of them were great, but the best one was from our homegirl, the Melanin Urban Gardener. That's her username. Shout out to her. And she said she knows when she is out of alignment because things start randomly ending. And I thought that was really good because life is never going to come at you, I think, like direct. It's not going to work like that. You're always going to have to pick up on the signs. And so for her, she said that. We had another response, a couple of them. Let me put the rest of them up. Someone said they know that things are out of alignment when their heart starts palpitating in the morning and the nighttime. So that sounds like anxiety to me. And then somebody else said that they're in alignment when they smile for no reason and they're out of alignment when their anxiety is triggered. For me, I think I'm most out of alignment when I start becoming a hater. When I start nitpicking things that other people are doing, I'm not in alignment. So we wrote in the book, Ghetto Mantras book. I have it here. If you're watching, if you're listening, you know about it. But if you're watching, we have it here, the Ghetto Mantras affirmation book. And we have our mantra in here. Let me find it. I was going to try to rush through this, but we're filming it and we can cut it and we can do what we want to do. So I don't have to do that. If the alignment ain't there, I ain't neither. Can they see this? I know you can hear it, but okay. If the alignment ain't there, I ain't either. Ghetto mantra, and this is the first week of January in 2025, right? This year, if that resonates with you, take that. If the alignment ain't there, you ain't either. Don't accept every opportunity that comes your way. Make sure it fits for you. I know we be so happy to like just have opportunities, but I just think that if it's not fully aligned or mostly aligned with what you got going on, don't do it. I mean, that's why it took me. I probably honestly wrote in for a podcast, I think in 2017. It's 2025 and I'm just now here because it's finally a time where it's in alignment. Um, if you're an OG Ghetto Mantras follower, we were doing 1 minute videos and I can't do that no more because I got a little baby at home. So I have to take the time to do this when I can. So remember, if the alignment ain't there, you not either. So this is the pilot episode, but it's episode 1 because for me, if I don't jump in and do things, I'll be waiting on it to get perfect, and I can't do that. So this is not me by myself. We have Voss visuals here, Keys, and we also have a good friend of mine, Dom. He's here. His brand is Hustle Responsibly. And so if you hear somebody chiming in, it's them. And that's okay. They my buddies. They can chime in. Dom just signaled that he had a question. So, Dom.
So my first, I guess, what as I'm listening to you say, if the alignment ain't there, then I ain't either. I'm
Period.
thinking primarily like in the workspace
Mm.
where it's not, I guess it's not as easy to move around on your own
Mm-hmm.
time. You know, obviously we adults, you just said you got a little baby at home.
Right.
We all got responsibilities. And so if I don't have the ability, or if one doesn't have the ability to remove themselves
Mm.
from a space where it's not aligned, what, I guess, not necessarily advice, but you know, what's your thoughts on sitting in that space if you have to, right? Or are you saying you don't have to at all, right? Like, I guess, what are your thoughts? And
See, I've never really so if the alignment ain't there, I ain't either applies to everything. If you in a bad relationship, bad job, all of that stuff. But I don't know if I've ever had a job that I didn't like. But because of our relationship, Dom and I have always have worked together as long as we've known each other, primarily, right? And I think it did get to a space where both of us was like, oh, we got to get out of here. We got to do something different. Um, and I would say, so if you're in a workspace and the workspace is not aligning with who you see yourself as, then you got to do the best to get out of it. It if if the alignment ain't there, I ain't either. It's not an impulsive statement either. It's not impulsive. This is something that you need to work towards. If this is not who you see yourself as and where you see yourself as, you need to work better to get in alignment with the vision that you have for yourself.
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
That was pretty good,
You know,
huh?
it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm trying to. What'd you say? You know, I'm trying to think of like times that I haven't been in alignment. Like I said, I become a hater. Like if I'm not doing what I need to do for myself, I'll be looking at a person and picking them apart. Why am I doing that? Why am I picking anybody apart? People work so hard at stuff. I don't need to pick nobody apart. That means I'm not doing what I gotta do. I'm not in alignment. So I think we're not gonna make this a long one. I think if you want to make sure you're in alignment, pay attention to the things that are going well in your life and pay attention to the things in your life that are not going well, and you'll know. But if the alignment ain't there, you shouldn't be either. Don't make yourself fit into something you don't need to fit into. Don't make things work that aren't. If the alignment ain't there, you ain't either. And that's that. And if you want more mantras like this, visit ghettomantras.com. Get the Ghetto Mantras book if you want to have this somewhere to give you that simple reminder. If you want to wear your mantras, order a crew neck or affirmation bangles, whatever the case may be. But that's how you support this work to keep on going. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. Happy 2025.